was simple. When the end's low, switch the tempo. Where my friends go, it was simple. When the end's low, switch the tempo. I got right, I got heart, I won't die, I'ma fight. I go down, bet I strike, I go hard day and night, yeah.
I hope that everybody has been enjoying life as much as I have. You know, even through the thick of it, even when life be life and even when things ain't going exactly according to plan, I'm still enjoying it out here. You know, there's a few things that you can control in life, and the number one thing that you can control is how do you respond to what's going on.
Mortgage, I've been at bills like that. Now I got kids like that. No wonder why I feel like that.
What's going on, TFT family? We are back with another video. And if you are tuning in for the first time, it is yours truly, Mr. Touch Freight himself. And I'd like to thank each and every one of you who have seen one of my videos and have made a comment, who have liked and subscribed. It definitely means more than you'll ever know. So I definitely appreciate it. It keeps me going. Especially when I took all expectations out of what I was gonna get out of YouTube. Now in this video, I'm gonna touch on two topics in particular, and it's primarily because I got some comments on the last video stating that one of the guys, I don't remember your name, but big shout out to you. He was asking about whether Swift was a good company to work for. And then the other guy that hit close to home said that he was thinking about getting into the trucking industry because he was a barber. And, you know, I agree. It is scary making that move, going from barbering or any industry to a whole new career path. So big shout out to both of you. So let's not waste no time. Let's get right into it. So the answer is not just a simple yes or no to either one of these questions. And the reason why I say that is because it's subjective to each person. When you're picking a company, you're gonna wanna ask yourself a few questions. Like, what type of work are you wanting to do? What area are you wanting to drive in? And what kind of freight are you wanting to haul? Are you gonna wanna touch freight? You gonna wanna go specialized? You wanna go flatbed, heavy haul, hazmat, tanker? These are some of the questions that you're gonna wanna ask when it comes to what company you wanna pick. You also wanna know, how long do you wanna be out on the road? I'm guessing if you're talking about going to Swift, that you are an OTR driver, so you don't mind being on the road. What kind of driver are you? That's definitely some of the questions that you're gonna wanna ask yourself when it comes to picking a company. And that's on the personal side of things. And then when it comes to actually asking specific questions about the actual company, how long have they been in business? How many trucks do they have? How many drivers do they have? What's their turnover rate? How many people actually get hired on and stay? How long do they stay? What's their pay per mile? Do they have stop pay? And I always recommend going to your closest truck stop and actually going to talk to some of these Swift drivers, see what they think about it. Because there's gonna be two type of groups. No matter what company you go to, it's gonna be a group of people who enjoy working for a company, and it's gonna be a group of people who don't enjoy working for the company and had horrible experiences. There's gonna be two groups no matter what. Now, unless you're working for like a small company, that's the only way that I'll see that like the majority of people are swayed one way or the other. But for the most part, you're gonna have those two groups. Then you're gonna wanna ask, what does their benefits look like? Do they have 401k? What type of health insurance do they have? Does it include physical therapy? Does it include massage therapy? What kind of benefits do you get whenever you work for this company? So you want to make sure that you ask that as well. If they have a 401k, do they make a match? How much is the match? You're also going to want to do your own research when it comes to class action lawsuits. How many class action lawsuits does this company have? What were the class action lawsuits for? And once you find out what they were for, you also want to know how many of those class action lawsuits actually had to get paid out. Were they found guilty? What was the judgment on it? These are some of the questions that you're going to want to ask when you're looking for a company. Now, when we're talking about Swift in particular, I did a little bit of research, and I think that Knight, which is another company that I've heard some good things about, Knight either bought them out or they partnered up with Swift. So that might be a good thing, might be a good partnership. So yeah, just look into that when it comes to Swift. And if everything is aligned with what you want in a company, then go for it. That's what I say. Companies that I recommend, I'm gonna try to hit each and every space that I've been in. So flatbed, I've seen Maverick at the top of the list. JB Hunt, that's gonna be regular drive-in. They also do railroad, so intermodal, and they got some hazmat positions as well. JB Hunt is gonna be a good company to work for because they are, in my opinion, the Walmart of the trucking industry. Another company that I've heard good things about on the flatbed side is TMC. There was another one, but I can't remember what the name of it was, but I saw them quite a bit when I was doing regional flatbed. And that's really it when it comes to finding out what trucking company you want to drive for. Usually, if it's easy to get on in a trucking company, like if it's super easy, then that means that it's probably a reason for it. They got a high turnover rate, and you may have a 50-50 chance of having a good experience. Now, before I actually go into whether or not you should make a move out of whatever industry it is, but we're gonna primarily focus on barbering because I was a barber, so I kind of know how it feels to make that leap. I want to talk about one of the most important things when making a change from one industry to another. When you're making a pivot in your career, you're gonna wanna look in the mirror and figure out whether you have and need, which I think everybody needs the support, but if you have enough support, do you have enough saved up to make that pivot? Do you have enough support from your family, your friends, your loved ones? Because it's not an easy thing, especially depending on how long you've been a barber and been in that particular field. It's not easy to just up and leave that industry. Because number one, you have clients that are probably relying on you to show up to that barbershop. Now, if business is slow and you need to make a change anyway, then that might be a reason why. But when it comes to making that pivot, you're also going to want to make sure that your mindset is set on not making any excuse on why it didn't work. Because if you actually believe that things are gonna work out according to your plan, because you gotta have a plan. So if you had that mindset and believe that, hey, no matter what, I'm gonna make this happen, like I did, then the universe has no other option other than to yield to what you believe in. That's just how it works. You know, belief is more important than facts, in my opinion, because what history thought was a fact have constantly been changed due to somebody's belief. So, do you believe that you can do it? But like I said, you want to make sure you got support. You want to make sure you got a financial cushion, because it's not going to be, I mean, you might get lucky, and as soon as you get your CDL, you land a solid job, and you got enough time to spend with your family. I don't know if you're a family man. Whether you are or you aren't, you're going to want to ask yourself, why do I want to make the change? What is my reason behind wanting to make this pivot? And then you're also going to want to figure out what are you looking for out of the industry? What are some things that you want to accomplish being a truck driver? Because for me, my main goal when I first got into the industry was I'm going to stay in this industry no matter what until I made six figures. That's the way I thought. It was like, no matter what, because I know for a fact that there were people in the industry that were making six figures. And I was never a person that wanted to actually go leased or own my own truck. And I still knew people on company side who was making six figures. Was it gonna be easy? Definitely not. But I believed that I was gonna be able to make this happen. I didn't know how long it was gonna take, but I told myself, it doesn't matter how long it's gonna take, I'm gonna stay in this industry until I accomplish what it is that I'm trying to accomplish. Now, as you move forward in the industry, some of your objections might change. Like, for instance, I think I may end up owning my own truck. Does that mean that I'm gonna be driving my own truck? Maybe in the beginning, but eventually I want to be able to replace myself, get out of the truck, and help somebody make an income, a good income. And so you gotta know the reason why. You gotta make that decision and truly believe that you can do it. You're definitely gonna want to have some support that's gonna keep you motivated, because it's gonna get hard sometimes. Like I say, you might get easy and be blessed with a cake position right off the bat, but for the majority of the people, it's not like that. I'm not saying it may or may not be like that for you, but only time will tell, right? So the mindset is gonna be what's most important. I recommend, go ahead and get your CDL, but don't just focus on getting your CDL, because yes, CDL will change your life, but go get as many certifications as possible, just to see what piques your interest. Are you into fitness? Like for me, I got my barber license, I got a CDL, I got my personal training license, and I have my life insurance license as well. And one thing that I've noticed is that every single license that I have, I've had some type of interest about it or some type of passion for it. Like for instance, I like to work out. And so I figured, let me just go ahead and get my personal license so I can get paid to help people sculpt their body. Now, what I noticed is I enjoy working out way more for myself than I do trying to keep somebody accountable. It just wasn't for me. Now, the knowledge that I have from being certified in personal training it's definitely beneficial because, like I said, I enjoy working out in the first place. And people do ask you questions when you start killing it in a certain area. People are gonna ask you like, man, how did you build your legs like that? Or man, hey, how are you able to do muscle ups? Going into life insurance. My initial experience was eye-opening and it was definitely life-changing. It allowed me to realize how important it was to protect the most important asset in your life, which is yourself. You know, we got insurance on every single thing, your phone, your car, your house. But when it comes to putting insurance on yourself, people are completely against it because it's just a lack of knowledge that keeps people from truly understanding what life insurance is for. You know, we say life insurance and we think, oh, death insurance. But life insurance is actually supposed to be used if you set up your policy the right way, you can use your life insurance while you're living. And I would not have learned that if it wasn't for the fact, and I mean, maybe somebody would have came across the information and passed it along to me, but the way that my life has been working, I didn't come across that information until after I got into the industry myself. Being a truck driver, you got a lot of time to think. And in the past, I haven't really been a fan of reading. So even when I was younger, in high school, if they had a book on audio DVD, oh, I'm getting it. So whenever they came out with the app, audio or Audible, man, I was hyped. So that's one of the ways that I've been able to accumulate so much information and actually learn how to implement it and put it into practice. So I'm kind of rambling right now and I kind of squirreled off a little bit, but yeah, partner up with me when it comes to life insurance, man. My firm, we're looking for go-getters. We are looking for people who are passionate about helping other people. We're looking for people who are passionate about educating people, because so many families that I've seen personally on Facebook and in real life who've been affected by cancer, stroke, heart attack, critical illness, critical injury from car wrecks, work accidents. How many times have you seen a GoFundMe account being posted on social media because somebody had lost their life before their time and didn't have coverage, right? So like I said, if you want to learn more about getting into the trucking industry, or if you want to partner up with me and become a licensed life insurance agent, definitely tap in. It doesn't matter where you live. Our company is nationwide. When it comes to the trucking industry, just get on out there. In the trucking industry, 6 months of experience will open up a lot of doors for you. So you might have to dabble for a little bit and figure out which company best fits you. And then for those who are looking to get into the trucking industry in general, it's all about mindset. Can you envision yourself being successful in this industry? Can you envision yourself pushing through the struggle when things get hard? When you feel like you want to give up, when you feel like it's not working, are you going to have the strength and stability mentally to keep pushing and get through? Hopefully this video helps somebody out to make that step, or not. Again, it's subjective. What are you getting out of the industry? What is your lifestyle like? But y'all have a blessed one. And again, I appreciate all the love and support. Y'all stay tuned in for the next video. And until then, I will see y'all at the next stop. Peace.